questions about anything.
So, can you just explain what's happening right now upstairs?
So these juvenile proceedings are closed to the public, so we can't share with you the details. But in those hearings, many things are discussed. Safety, well-being to the children, custody decisions. So again, not specific to this case, but those are the types of things that are discussed in here.
Is there any type of DCS policy that relates to possession of marijuana when drug related? Are you able to expand on kind of when DCS steps in when they don't when it comes to marijuana?
So DCS collects evidence just like law enforcement. They then present that to the courts, and the judge makes that decision, and DCS follows out. But again, all of our policies are online for you to review, and I would encourage you to do so. But when you talk about these juvenile cases, some of the details that have been released, we believe were unlawfully released because those are protected. Those types of details protect the children, so we can't go into details as it pertains to some of that. I know it's what you're asking about.
Well, could I ask you a question about that? Is it not the right of parents to share whatever their concerns are, any details about the case?
When the custody is removed and they're in DCS custody, it is then they're protected at that point.
But so you're saying that they can't speak about their children? They're still their children.
Mm-hmm. But you have to understand that the court has created an order to remove those children because of whatever the extenuating circumstances are. Speaking as a whole, not speaking specific to this case.
Are the kids in DCS custody, is it dependent and neglect case? Or how is the case classified?
That I would have to get back to you on.
Okay.
How long after the arrest were the kids taken into DCS custody?
So those are all things that again are protected, that I can't go through those type of procedural steps. And again, that's pursuant to state law. That's not me, that's pursuant to state law.
Do you have a sense of how often kids are taken from parents who are from out of state?
I think that depends on case by case basis. Again, we collect that evidence, it's presented to a court, and then that's decided out. If you were looking for certain numbers, I would have to I don't have that off the tip of my tongue. I'd have to find that for you.
Does how the criminal case, how that becomes adjudicated, play into the DCS's decision, or are those sort of two completely separate tracks?
So none of these decisions are made in a vacuum. So when you say DCS's decision, there's a collaborative decision. All of this goes through the courts.
Right. Okay.
THP told us Friday, quote, "We did not arrest the mother in this particular case with the intent of leaving the children with her, so that's where we left it. The mother had custody of the children. So why did DCS show up?"
And again, that's case specific. I can't discuss that with you. And I know there was a component too where it talked about race, and I did want to say that the case managers that are working this case, they come from diverse backgrounds. Nearly 35% of DCS is African American. 50% of our deputy commissioners are African American. So as far as training and inclusivity, that's something that's important to the department, and I just wanted to make sure that that was understood as well.
Do you think that it really matters when you're dealing with a system, what color you are? Because you following a system, right? You following procedures, right?
Correct.
So, I mean, what does color have to do with anything? It's about procedures.
I couldn't agree with you more.
That's all I
couldn't agree with you more, sir.
Yeah, I mean, aren't Tennessee taxpayers paying for this? For out-of-state children that could just go on back to their state and this be?
So
I'm just asking.
Sure, I appreciate you asking. And again, this goes to our transparency. So where this goes is there's a collaboration with the home state of that child. So they collaboratively decide, is it best for the child to go home? Is there a kinship placement there? Where is that child going to get the best care? And sometimes that is the case. Yes, sometimes that is. That's exactly what I was saying. So